Hey, Tony Gaston here popping in. Now I want you to understand something now. This is the thing. Because I see this all the time. To where, and it's with men and women. And a lot of times it's just, oh, well, I don't like this about the person. I don't like that about the person. I want you to understand, you got to get to the core. You got to get to the core. So you have to identify the foundational things of life, of a relationship. So what that may mean is, okay, can we get along when it comes to children? Y'all gotta see, I gotta see which one, I'm a strong hand to hold the phone. Can we get along when it comes to the children? Like, do we both believe in timeout? Do we both believe in spankings? Do we both believe in not cursing at the kids? That's one of the things. Education. Do we both believe in private school? Or do we both believe in public school? Politics. Are we both Democrat? Are we both Republican or nonpartisan? Whatever it is. Finances. Do we both believe in a joint account with a personal account? Do we only want personal accounts? Do we only want joint accounts? So you want to get to your faith. Are we both Christian? Are we both Muslim? Are we both atheists? Whatever it is. Your faith or lack thereof. Your finances. Your family. How you raise your kids. In your household. Also your family. How you deal with your family. Can family pop up unannounced? Can family come over every day? Can family come over every other day, once a week? Do we talk to our family every day? Do we talk to our family multiple times a day? Do we talk to our family in front of each other when we are spending time? Or do we just talk to our family when, we're in a car alone, or the other person is gone or working or doing something else? Friends? Do we do guys' nights? Do we do girls' nights? Do we do that once a week? Do we do that once a month? Do we do it just on birthdays? Do we do it when it come up? Not really a real plan. Friends. So faith, family, finances, friends. Another F, and this from my book, Single is Not a Curse. Go on Amazon.com, get Single is Not a Curse if you're single. The other one is fitness. How do we feel? Like, you just love the body you're in and eat how you want to eat, and wherever it sit, or do we believe in working out 5 times a day, 3 times a day? I mean, not a day, 5 times a week, 3 times a week, once a week? Are you okay working out together? Do you rather work out separate? So get down to those things. And when you identify those things, now you see your foundation. After that, the rest doesn't really matter. The rest really don't matter, because there's not going to be a perfect fit. If you want to be in a relationship, it's not going to be somebody that's perfect for you. So think about this. If you got like this dominant, assertive personality, and you get with somebody who's very passive, you're going to end up turning that person into a prisoner. That person's going to end up becoming a miserable prisoner until this person finds their voice and they can push back. When they can push back, they can help you understand that you're becoming toxic. That it's no longer about you just caring. Now it's about you controlling. When you recognize that, then you can start to change. So having someone who push back a little bit, that's beneficial. Whereas a lot of time we want people that's just like us or that fits us perfectly. And that's not always wise, because your strength is in your differences, not your similarities. So you benefit each other. So where you're strong at, they may be weak at. And where they're strong at, you may be weak at. And that's also why they say opposites attract. And it's really just your natural selection to sew up your deficiencies. So you're trying to find somebody in them areas. So it's kind of like, if you're not really big into school, like you're not like a studious person and school really wasn't your thing, it's going to be disastrous if you marry somebody whose school isn't their thing. Unless y'all going to have money to pay a tutor $35 an hour to come over for, or to tutor your child for an hour, 2 hours a day. So if you can afford, you know, $35 a day to $70 a day, 5 days a week, okay, both of y'all could be not so good in school. But if you're not good in school, it's a benefit if, and you're not studious, it's a benefit if your partner is. And so you have to learn to where, so sometimes we have these personalities to where we may not even be an expert at something, we might not be all that good at it, but we want to have an opinion about it. So I know that I really don't focus much on school. So I would be wrong to make a big deal about the school my kids go to and how much studying they do and what kind of grades they get. Like, I'll be wrong to try to make a big deal about that, because it doesn't really, it's not really my thing. But my wife, she got a master's degree. One of her sisters is a doctor, her other sister is a lawyer, her dad is a lawyer, her mama got a no, my wife got a master's degree. Yeah, her mama got a doctorate. So school is a big thing to them. So she really study it, she learn it. So I let her have that. I let her have that. I don't do nothing. All I do is pay the tuition. But I let her choose what school, what tutors, how much they gonna work, what classes they take. I let her handle that. I could take and say, well, I'm the man. I think, you know, public school better because it teach them about the whole world. And if they in private school, they not learning about the world. And they gonna be dumbed down. And I could make that point because I turned out okay. But when I really look at it, I'm like, I didn't turn out okay. I lost my virginity at 15. My son 15, he ain't got no girlfriend. He ain't talking to no girls. They going to homecoming. Him and his homeboys going, like, yeah, he like girl. He know they beautiful and all that, but he really ain't pressed on it like I was. Cause his school different. Yeah, his friends got girlfriends and stuff, but he a black boy. He 5'4.5". The girls into the 5'8" guys right now. So he ain't got no issue and cause it's only like maybe 70, 80 kids in his grade. At a public school, it would be 400 to 1,000 people in his grade. So even at 5'4.5", it'll be a handful of girls that's jumping his bones, especially if they see him pull up, you know, in some exotic. They will be plotting on him. But at his school, ain't nobody checking for him. So had I forced the issue, I could have destroyed my son like it destroyed me. I just was graced to turn it around, but my grace don't mean my son will be graced in the same way. So you see what I'm saying? So when you're in a relationship, you got to learn your strengths and your weaknesses, and you got to know that not everything you need to have an opinion on. Some things just sit that out. Like, yeah, you could have an opinion on it, but is the argument you making futile? Like, is it senseless? Like, don't just argue and debate just to argue and debate just because you got a mouth and a tongue. Sometimes it's best to just sit it out and let your other half do their thing. So now when it comes time to helping my sons, if they want to be an entrepreneur, that's when they will come to me, because they see what I do. If they get ready to start a business, Daddy, how do I do this business? Now they gonna ask their mama opinion too. She give them their opinion, but and that don't mean that what she say is invalid. Just like what I say about school is not invalid, but she'll know and she'll say, ask your dad about that. You know, talk to your dad about that. See what your dad think, because what he did was, you know, kind of wild. So ask him about business, and I'll help them there. And so you got to understand the foundation, because when you get into a relationship, you're not gonna like every little thing. And the problem is, a lot of people leave a relationship over a little thing. Just this little thing that's really inconsequential. It does not matter in the grand scheme of things. It's not that big of a deal. But we will make it a big deal. And so at the end of the day, you have to come to the place and you say, okay, if I'm at my best, and I'm doing the best I could do as a person, meaning I'm cool, I'm calm, I'm collected, I'm respectable, I'm nice and kind, you know, I'm all of these things. I'm slow to anger, I'm all of these things. If I'm at my best, if I'm operating from there, can I trust this person? Do I believe this person will be honest, loyal, trustworthy, faithful, all of those words you want to throw in there? Do I believe that this person will not abuse me in any way? If the answer is yes to those things, keep that person. Keep that person. It don't matter how they chew their food. It don't matter how they dress. It don't matter about their body. They could work on their body. Don't matter about their teeth. They could get their teeth fixed. They could get veneers. They could get braces. So see, what I'm telling you is, it's the opposite of what I told you on the other videos when I'm talking to you about what you need to work on. So yeah, we all need to be working, but when you find somebody that they haven't come into that knowledge yet, they don't watch my videos. So they might not understand the importance of working on their body, fixing themselves aesthetically as well as internally. They might not understand that, but you see that this person is trustworthy, this person is honest to a fault, this person is all of these things, then guess what? You need to be mindful of that, and you need to say, okay, can I build from here? Can I build from here? And if the answer is yes, then you got something. But if the person is abusive, if the person is, you know, toxic, if the person is untrustworthy, when you are at your best, like when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And the reason why I say that is because we are human. We are human, and we would like to think and we would like to believe that, oh no, a person should never be unfaithful because I'm being abusive. No, you're dealing with humans. You're not dealing with God, where they're gonna do everything perfect and right. No, there is such thing as provocation. You can provoke somebody to act out of character. That's human nature. So we got to understand that. So that's why I say, if you doing what you supposed to be doing, you doing right. If they can be right in return, you got something special. Now, if you doing right and they do you wrong, now you got a problem. Now you got a problem. Especially if they do you wrong, you check it, y'all discuss it, you forgive, you forget, and they do you wrong again, you got a problem. You got a problem. So this is what you got to think about. Not about the little things, how you dress, tone of their voice, how they do the hair, how they body, all of those things. Don't get so caught up on those things, because them things change. Them things change. Like you could meet somebody and they could have 0 blemishes in their skin, and at 40, 35, they go through adult acne. So if you chose them and you fell in love with their skin, 5-10 years later, they could go through adult acne and you will be blown away if that's the main reason you chose them is just because of their beauty. You can meet somebody and they can have adult acne, and 5 years later, skin just be clear, beautiful, best you can see, and you'll be mad if you let them go because of their acne. You'll be mad if they had everything else, but you say, I don't like the teeth, I don't like the acne, I don't like the hairstyle, I don't like the way they dress, but they got everything else. You're gonna be mad. So listen to me. I want you to understand, relationships is not easy. Love is easy when you truly love it. Wow, my goodness, my goodness, was they racing? My goodness, woo, man, that car went all the way off the road, all the way across another road, all the way down into the ditch, and they standing down there, little black couple, man and woman, standing down there in the grass. My goodness, what in the world was y'all doing? I don't know if they was racing or somebody was mad. See, boy, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people get in wrecks or down the road when the man or the woman behind the wheel get mad, or the person over in that passenger seat get mad and go to yank that wheel. Don't ever argue in a car. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Don't ever argue in a car. You let that get home. Wait that get home. If you see it by the Escalade, hey, can we stop right here at the gas station? I need to pee real bad. Oh my goodness, you always want to pee. I'm tired of you. All you want to do is pee. Oh, period, but you're just so period. My goodness, I'm finna pull over here and stop so you can pee. Right when it get escalated, hop right on out. Hop right on out that car. Hey, you can go ahead. I'm gonna call the Uber. You ain't finna call no Uber. Go stand in the middle of the store so they can't do nothing to you. Everybody right there. You call the police right there. No, I'm finna call the Uber. I don't get in the car with people who irate. All right, I'm calm. Chill. Nope, not too late. Too late. See, this how y'all got to start thinking. You got to start thinking out the box when it comes to these relationships. You got to start moving a little different. You got to shift your mind, because a relationship is life and death. People don't realize that. A relationship is life and death. Love ain't life and death. A relationship is life and love pure. God is love, love pure. But humans don't always operate from love. That's what you got to understand. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. One of my clients came into town. The gentleman who sponsored a video on emotional intelligence that some of y'all got, he came into town, and I met this gentleman probably 2013, 2014, something like that. NBA player Damian Lillard had asked me to speak at his community event in Oakland, Brookfield, a little neighborhood in Oakland, and I spoke there. And this gentleman, he came up and he introduced himself, and he was working in the correctional facility, I think with the youth, and he had a vision, you know. He taught on this emotional intelligence, and he wanted to eventually leave his job, write a book, be a speaker. And he took every course that pertained to him. He did sessions, he got the blueprint, he implemented the blueprint. It's one thing about a go-getter. You get them the blueprint, they're gonna implement it. And he implemented it, and of course he got knowledge from everywhere and was already, you know, on his path. But and I kept in touch with him, and now he done came in and wanted to do lunch. And being that he's a man, I could do that. And so going to meet up with him, and this, you know, probably what, 8 years, 9 years since I met him. So that's one thing about me, you know. I take my clients and students on the academy. I do my best to continue to support and provide opportunities and keep that, you know, just to show like this ain't about getting your money and throwing you out to the wild. You know, I really want to see you succeed. Really want to see you succeed at what you're trying to do, to live in your purpose. So hey, it's Tony Gaskins, headed over here to this lunch meeting. Brother just texted me, so I'm gonna get on off so I can read his text. God bless y'all, and we'll be in touch.